Hi, I'm Sailor Moon, Serena here, and today this would be about this. Today I'm going to talk about this would be the one, two, three, four, five year day year, the 5 day year that YouTube took away YouTube webcam capture, YouTube webcam take away. Yeah. All right. So about 5 years ago, this happened, and yeah. So about 5 years ago, YouTube took away YouTube webcam capture, well, also known as many other names, but it was YouTube webcam taker. And about 5 years ago, YouTube took that feature away. Why? Well, no one truly knows. So everybody had their thoughts and beliefs. The only one thought that I could come up with is that YouTube felt not enough folks were working with it, which is not true. I guess uh, there were a lot of folks that worked with it, but I guess YouTube felt that there weren't enough folks to work it, so they took it away. Now, it's not like they went around and told everyone months ago they were going to do it. No. You would wake up one morning or be doing something one after day or evening or night, depending what on your time stead, and then go to work, go to make it, be filming your film, and then when you wanted to foray your when you wanted to fillet your film, sadly it would just spin. And then and at first you would read this, and then this word would come up. And if you read the word, then you would know something was up. But if you didn't read the word and just went doing it, you would think it was some kind of hang up. So you'd feedback it, thinking, yeah, it's some kind of YouTube hang up and or something. But that wasn't true. They just did it that day. They didn't tell anyone. They didn't start sending it everyone a send, a e-send or an interweb send to tell anyone this. They didn't say anything on the website until that day. And even though they gave you up until the fifth between, they actually shifted it off by the 11th. Even though they kept it around for a whole week before they actually did get around to taking it off the website. And this may not have been a big deal if you were someone who was already working with video with the film uploader. It might not be a big deal if you're working with folks who are working the film with the film uploader, which would be a big deal if you never worked with it. So at the time we had a LG Google Chrome base, and we didn't really know that you could go on their Google Web Shop or the website and get down and take and unwork tools and unput a tool. And this was before Google even made a Webshooter tool themselves. That would come later. So for about a year and a half, I was doing Google Hangout, which was the only way to live stream films before YouTube live stream. So I did that for about a year until I could get a tool to actually start making uploads again. Blah, blah, blah. Now, some folks will be like, oh, that's no big deal. That happened about 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago with no warning. It wasn't like they warned anyone in the beginning of December. It wasn't like they told anyone in November. They just made the choose to boom, throw it right at you that day. That's what they did, you know. And this was actually before. This was before the Crafter film, before they made their own Fairway, where they would start talking about things they were doing on the webstead. This was before they would actually started sending you stuff on the interweb send about what they were doing. And this was before they actually started actually giving you a week or a month warning about stuff. Back then it was just boom, they did something and that was that. So that's been about 11 years ago that tool, Webshooter taker, was taken away. Now, keep in mind, I only been on YouTube since 2008YL with Mini Reckoning, so I can't tell you how long, but I like to say the tool was around from 2005YL until 2015 between YL. And the grounds to why they took the tool away, well, YouTube said because not enough folks were working it. Well, I don't know if that was true or not, but at the end of the day, it was still sad that that happened, and I'm over it. But I like to go make a film every day in December, at least December 11th, to mark the year day that that toll was faced to taken away. Now, a lot of folks out there, before I end this film, might say, well, YouTube Webshooter tool had a lot of hang-ups. Sometimes films would get stuck in for late and you'd lose your film. Other times it would cut out on you. Yeah, there were a lot of, yes, the tool did have a lot of hang-ups in its early days. But by the end of its lifespan, it was running really good. Truly good. But it is what it is. That was about 5 years ago that that happened. You know? And I just want to talk about it. Because it was about 5 years ago that that happened. Alright? I'm Sailor Moon Serena. Hope you like this film.